Coach, tight ball game, you were able to pull away in the second half, but what does it say about your depth when your, two real scorers didn't have what you would call scoring nights, and your depth really came through and was able to pick up the slack?
Yeah, it's a blessing to have the guys available that can come in and produce right away. I thought Naji was really good tonight. Getting Trey back was huge for us. We can see where that's gonna end up going with his shooting and Z, CJ, BI, their playmaking ability. But it's a luxury to have for sure.
Yeah, you talked about Trey, and look, he took 10 attempts from distance. You could tell the adrenaline was racing a little bit early on, but once he settled down, he looked like the old Trey again.
He did. He's been working his tail off, him and Coach Corey Brewer and the medical staff. They've been working to get him back. He's been doing everything that he's supposed to do and more, and he's been itching to get on the floor. So great to have him back tonight. He looked pretty solid for his first game, and it was fun. That's a tough team. We knew that they were going to come out and play tough, especially in the first half off of back-to-back, and sometimes those games can be tough. But we did what we needed to do in the second half to win the game, and that's the important part for us.
I think Zion assisted Trey on 3 of his threes. Just what do you think about the way those guys fit together offensively?
Yeah, they have, really good synergy, and it's been there since last season. Those two playing together, playing off each other, and they read and react, and that's what Z is looking for. He's looking for guys that he can pitch the ball to, they can shoot, they can drive, they can get it back to him, set screens, he can get downhill. Really good two-man game by those guys.
JV kind of led the way in the first half. Just what do you think about his night?
JV's been great. He dominated tonight, and we needed it. 24 points, 12 rebounds. They didn't have an answer for him in the paint, and his teammates were all looking for him. So it was great to see him have a monster game like he did tonight.
You can tell they're still figuring some things out. But how much did you kind of see the effect of having Hawk and Trey out there at the same time?
Yeah, I think it's going to continue to get better and better. It was great to see, great to get a glimpse of what we can be. We still have to put some work in to, move the pieces around and get guys on the floor, get certain groups on the floor together. But with our ability to get to the paint and adding the shooting now, it can make us dangerous offensively. Now we got to do a better job defensively. 2 quarters in the first half, 31 and 30. We can do better in that area and rebounding the ball 50-50. But I think, sky's the limit for us offensively once we get healthy.
Yeah, we're going to talk a lot about that shooting that Trey has, but how much does that added length and athleticism add to the defensive end as well?
It's huge for us. Look, it's good to get Trey Murphy back on the floor. He's been a big part of our success the last 2 seasons. So we all were rallying for him to get on the floor and for him to get back. And it's like he didn't miss a beat almost. So that was good to see. And now it's about continuing to build that chemistry with everybody on the team. Like I said, it's going to be some good problems to have. We'll have some guys that probably don't play as much, but, they'll be ready.
Just to kind of follow up on the next man up mentality, is Trey expected to be available tomorrow night?
We don't know yet.
Coach, there at the end, it looked like Naji, 18 minutes, 10 points, 6 rebounds. Something, his shooting, it looked like maybe it was a streak, but not something you can really depend on. He hit the dagger tonight. Can you just talk about what he did in that supporting role for 18 minutes just to make sure that everybody stayed connected?
Yeah, I mentioned it earlier. Naj was great. He came in and brought energy right away. Like you said, he rebounded the ball. He went after 50-50 balls. He hit a couple big shots for us, and he just played under control the whole night and on both ends of the floor, and that's what he's capable of doing. Okay, thank you guys.
Over here. Ooh.
How good did that dunk feel at the end of the first quarter?
Good. Not good. I definitely had my legs under me. And I knew people were going to still run out at me, even if I've been gone for however many games. So just seeing an open lane, I just had to get up there and show people I still got my athleticism a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, first game for you and Z together in a few months. I think he found you for 3 threes tonight. Why do you feel like you guys just kind of click on the court?
I mean, really, we have very, our games aren't very similar, but it really works well together. It's almost like a Zen type of thing that we got going on, yin and yang type of situation. So, guys have to help off me in order to get to him, and if they help off me, then I'm going to get a 3. But if they don't help off, then he gets a layup. So it's like, pick whatever poison you want. You're probably going to lose anyway, so, yeah.
And you had the step-back midi, you had the step-back 3 at the top of the key. How much was that a focus this summer, kind of adding that to your game?
Just being different, getting up more variety of shots up because I can shoot the ball so well, and just keep the defense guessing. I just saw something that I liked, and just wanted to get to those spots.
And this is your first time playing the game with the new offense. Just what did you think about your fit in it and just the way it kind of complements everybody?
And I love it. I mean, I'm able to shoot the ball, move the ball, and, just get a lot of open shots as well as cuts. And this is the first game I haven't even really practiced for real, and got out there with the guys in order to really get some bump in and get the chemistry going. So when that happens, it's gonna be real scary.
Trey, how did your day go before you got to the game? Did it seem like it was taking forever for the game to start?
No, not necessarily. Took my nap, played video games, packed up, got ready for Chicago, was chilling, talked to my moms, ate. It was a regular day. I try not to get too amped. That was the biggest thing for me.
So when you first checked in, did you feel like, hey, I'm used to this already, or was there a certain play where you felt like, okay, I remember this. This is how I feel. I don't have to think about it. I just go and do it.
I can't lie. I just went out there, just tried to hoop. That was it. I mean, obviously my rhythm is a little off. Like timing isn't all the way there yet. But I mean, mentally though, I feel like I'm good. I just got to get there physically, which won't take long.
In Utah, B.I. had a moment where he got a defender up in the air, jumped into him, got some free throws. You were seen on camera cheering. First quarter tonight, similar situation. Can you walk us through what's going on there?
So I tell B.I. all the time because it's like his mid-range is so deadly, and also he has a really good pump fake. And so whenever he gets to jump into guys and draw fouls, it's not just because of that play, like you're drawing a foul, you get to the free throw line. It's more like, okay, you draw a foul on this guy, say this is his second in the first half, now he has to go sit down. Or if it's his third or fourth in the second half, now he can't guard you as physical as he wants to because he's worried about foul trouble. So it's almost like a game within the game. So I'm just telling him, like, look, bro, if you jump into people and get fouls, they're not going to guard you hard. It's just going to be real simple for you. So that's really it. It's pretty simple.
I believe this was like your first major injury and you coming back from it. Like, I know you talked about Zion when he had his injury. You used to have conversations with him. Did he have conversations with you to make sure you were still in the right headspace, making sure you got through it pretty smooth?
No, absolutely. And Z would always say, there's people that you don't really worry about, but you still got to check on them. And he was saying, he'd still check on me. Obviously, it wasn't a ton because I feel like, for me, I just carried myself as, this was just another challenge for me. I'm not going to feel bad for myself because there's so many more things that could have happened or could be happening in my life that would be a lot worse. And, not being able to play basketball for 19 games, I'll be all right. And, I'll be back and better than I was before.
Trey, reaching at this point, you kind of reached the end of the process for rehab. Is there anything that went underappreciated that maybe you learned about yourself, the team, the process, all that in the last few months?
That's a good question. I'll say the biggest thing that I learned was definitely learned a lot about my body and, things that I need to do in order to make sure I'm feeling right, as well as, just different parts of my body. Like, before I got injured, I didn't know anything about, the medial or lateral side of my meniscus and how, it's a cushion for, my joints and all that stuff. I didn't know anything about that, but now it's just been, a good learning process. I've always been, one to, learn and like learning. And so it's been good to learn more about my body and be able to talk to people and compare and contrast, different things with theirs as well.
As we talked with Coach maybe tonight, tomorrow night you're 50-50, but Monday with that in-season tournament, we haven't got to ask you much about it. Maybe a sold-out crowd, playoff type atmosphere. Are you looking forward to it? What do you think about that whole in-season tournament, idea? And how do you feel about this team going into a situation like that?
Super excited, and this is going to be a test for us, and it's going to show what we're made of. And also, we're getting really close to full strength now. So I really think this team can go really far, and I think this playoff atmosphere will help us, down the road, later on in the season as well as the playoffs.
A couple of threes you made in the second half seemed to be situationally important for momentum and stuff like that. Were you, how aware were you of that, of the impact of those particular shots, or was it just in the flow and you were just finally starting to hit those?
Nah, when I touch, I just shoot the ball. I wasn't looking at the score or anything. I couldn't even told you what the score was. I just knew I was open side, so I'm gonna just shoot the ball. That's really it. I wish I could give you a more sophisticated answer, but it's not.
Kind of going off of Al's earlier question, how much do you think going through this process allows you to kind of be in a different place physically now versus where you would have been if you just played the start of the season?
No, it's different because I know at the end of my summer I was moving around a lot, doing a lot of different camps, moving and just handling business, and so I wasn't able to lift as much as I really wanted to. And now during this 12-week process, I probably lifted more than I have in my entire life. I probably lifted 6 days a week, and so now my strength is just a lot better. And so, it's blessing in disguise. Obviously, I wanted to play, but I know it made me a lot better throughout the whole process.
Obviously, the shots went in tonight. You still feel like there's going to be a process of finding your rhythm defensively, offensively, just in terms of adjusting to the game speed, getting back against playing against real opponents?
Yeah, I missed a few assignments today, so definitely going to hear about that. And not looking forward to that. Thank you for bringing that up. Actually, makes me feel happy.
Trey, one more. Your first time playing with Hawkins. Those few minutes, what did you see? More space? What did you think about just getting on the floor and getting to actually play with him for the first time?
Yeah, no, it's great because, a lot of times I'll just tell them, look, get into action, just to get guys off of me, get their attention off of me when it comes to shooting because he pulls that gravity. And I told him there's a three he shot in the first half, and I didn't call for one more. And I told him, you should be really honored because I call for one more on everybody. So, I saw you had the ball, and I was like, you know what? Shoot the ball. I really trust his shot. He shoots with the best of them, and like I said before, I really think we're one of the best shooting duos in the entire league.
Pre-game video game.
You know what Brawlhalla is? Brawlhalla is it's like multiverse, but Smash Bros. But I was playing against my friends, so I got to beat up on them a little bit, so it built some confidence for the game.
Switch?
No, PlayStation.
So 40% is pretty solid from three. How did you feel about 4 for 10 in your first game back?
It was all right. I missed some easy ones, so we'll take 4 for 10. I'm not mad at 4 for 10. Thank you.
Thanks.
How good was it to have Trey Murphy back out there with you guys tonight?
Very good. Good to see him back. Good to see him making the plays, shooting them threes, making them threes. One bad thing is he's stealing rebounds, but I'm used to it from last year.
So you would have had a lot more than 12 if he wasn't out there.
Probably 13.
You had 19 of your 24 in the first half. What was your mindset tonight? What was working for you out there?
Well, we were attacking the basket. We were attacking the paint. So, I'm there. It was easy ones. Chemistry with Zion, with CJ, BI. Everybody trying to make a right play is fun to play that way. I keep saying every time you ask me, but it is.
Yeah, you've said it all year how much you like it when you guys are moving the ball, playing together. When you see that much talent on the floor, what kind of potential do you see when y'all are playing that way?
It's tough to guard. It's tough to be even, try to guard. And you got to double somebody who's attacking the basket, and if he's making the right play, somebody's going to be open. What we did tonight, that's, the guy that's open.
And how much does it help you and Z when y'all are attacking the rim to have those floor spacers out there to make defenses kind of think twice about sending multiple people at y'all?
Well, it's more about him, Nobody sends two to me. But I keep saying that, it's a fun play that way when making a right play, finding the open man. It's everybody happy, everybody celebrating, everybody, I'm celebrating Trey Murphy making a three, same way everybody, celebrating I'm making a dunk. So it's just builds your chemistry, happiness, just fun to see this.
JV, talking about all this fun, is this the most fun you've had on an NBA team? Does it remind you of when you go play for Lithuania in Europe?
Well, tough one. To play good basketball and just enjoy playing basketball, it's what we meant to be, just this is our life. This is our, this is our family. This is our bread and butter life, off time, everything is basketball. So when everything goes according to plan, everything, when you have joy to play, it's the best what you can ask.
I think this is the first time we've talked to you since CJ's come back. How do you assess kind of his play and kind of his veteran leadership when you and him are on the court together?
Yeah, he's been back 2 games. I mean, he's our, floor general. He's running the show on offense. He's bringing the ball. He's directing everybody what we're running, what place we gotta be. He's seen a lot. He's veteran. It's great to have him back. I don't even know what to say. I hope he's gonna stay healthy for the rest of the season.
You guys qualified for the quarterfinals in-season tournament. Just any thoughts on that upcoming game in Sacramento, and were you watching any of the other games that may have impacted your guys' ability to advance?
Well, they're a good team. We had them here for 2 games. They're a tough team. They have a strength inside the paint. Also shooters, great shooters. They generate a lot of threes. It's not going to be easy. Winnable game if we're going to fight, if we're going to, make a right effort, we can win the game. It's a winnable game, but it's not going to be easy.
Have you had any exchanges with Sabonis since you guys are pretty close about that game? Yeah.
Well, he doesn't respond to messages, so it's really tough to get him to respond, but, well, I'm the same way.
We saw you get a couple more blocks tonight. How much are you just feeling good about what you're doing on the defensive end right
you know, we all got to play good offense, and we all got to play good defense. You know, we all got to, you know, be out in our spots. You know, pick and roll coverages, low man, helping each other. We got to do a good job to win the games. So I'm happened at the right time and block the shot, one or two.
Thanks, dude.
Thank you.
JV.
Have a good trip.
Damn, I'm